Manchester United's new saviour Amad Diallo proves that good things come to those who wait, as well as work, writes Nathan Salt even after referee John Brooks put Southampton out of their misery and brought the curtain down on the latest Amad Diallo show. The Manchester United saviour still wasn't done showing off. Sport Manchester United's new saviour Amad Diallo proves that good things come to those who wait, as well as work, writes Nathan Salt even after referee John Brooks put Southampton out of their misery and brought the curtain down on the latest Amad Diallo show. The Manchester United saviour still wasn't done showing off. Picking up the match ball, he began doing tricks, bouncing it off his shoulder and up into the air before catching and cradling it back into his arms as United fans roared him on, all of those still here on their feet in awe. The Ivorian is now cutting quite the highlights reel from a season that saw him deliver a match-winning brace for then-interim boss Ruud van Nistelrooy against PAOK Salonika, produce the match-winning goal to down Man City in the derby, score a crucial equaliser at Anfield against table-topping Liverpool, and now this, his first Premier League hat-trick. Here was a player that Erik ten Hag so often overlooked. For Ruben Amorim he is the main man, an example to the likes of Alejandro Garnacho, who was this week warned he must adapt his game to stay part of this new-look side, that good things come to those who wait, as well as work. At the start of this season Amad has gone from a player with a contract dwindling down towards expiry and being left with a face like thunder in Istanbul when Antony was brought on ahead of him to a player on a new deal running to 2030 and the jewel in this United crown. The best years of his career are ahead of him, and we all look forward to helping Amad to reach his immense potential and achieve success at the club in the coming seasons, Jason Wilcox, Manchester United technical director, said as the ink dried on the 22-year-old's deal. Amad Diallo's heroics inspired Manchester United to victory against a determined Southampton. Diallo struggled for game time under previous Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag. What Amad does where teammates don't is he's positive. Constantly. He drives at defenders and gets fans out of their seats. Never is he accused of appearing a beaten man. And what is so special about him is that he often has the antidote to the malaise that can infect United performances. It was certainly sweeping through teammates here on a night where they were very fortunate to come out on top. I'm ready to play every position, wherever the manager needs me. I'm ready to fight for this club, Amad said after 3 goals in 12 minutes. Well, in football you always have to believe. There is a growing responsibility on Amad in this team, even operating out of wing-back. In 12 scintillating minutes here as heads were spinning, it was Amad that was able to keep his cool to produce first a 1-2 punch, before delivering the knockout after he pounced on a mistake by Taylor Harwood-Bellis to tap into an empty net. Amad's a decent player, isn't he? Manchester United's X account posted when all was said and done. The way Amad is going, that may become the understatement of the century. Man United fans hail game-changer Joshua Zirkzee following comeback win against Southampton, after the £36.5 million summer signing was jeered off on his last Old Trafford appearance. Manchester United fans lavished Joshua Zirkzee with praise after his cameo appearance off the bench inspired a 3-1 comeback win against Southampton on Thursday night. After being outplayed in the first half and finding themselves a goal down, United needed to make a change, and Ruben Amorim decided to bring on Zirkzee for Rasmus Højlund in the 53rd minute. The €36.5 million summer signing immediately started to pose problems for Southampton as United cranked up the pressure, and the hosts got their reward as Amad Diallo scored a hat-trick in the final 10 minutes to seal all 3 points. Diallo understandably received plenty of plaudits after the final whistle, but United fans were also keen to acknowledge Zirkzee's contribution just 17 days after he was substituted and jeered off in the 33rd minute of their previous home game against Newcastle. Zirkzee deserves huge credit for tonight. When he came on he delivered, one fan wrote on X, game changer. Another added, put some respect on Joshua Zirkzee's name. He might not have a goal or an assist officially, but he completely changed this game for Manchester United. Man United fans have claimed Joshua Zirkzee turned the game in their favour against Southampton. Zirkzee came off the bench when United were 1-0 down, and they went on to win 3-1. Zirkzee was jeered off after being substituted in the 33rd minute of United's previous home game, but he has started to win fans over meanwhile. One supporter claimed Zirkzee and Diallo were the only United players who could leave Old Trafford with their heads held high. Amad obviously going to get all the plaudits, but it was Zirkzee tonight who changed the game. Dreadful performance if we're honest. But those two are positives, they wrote. Zirkzee has been used sparingly since joining from Bologna, and his United career already appeared to be at a crossroads after his dismal performance against Newcastle that saw fans turn on him. But he was United's hero on the weekend against Arsenal in the FA Cup as he slotted home the winning penalty in the shootout, and he impressed again on Thursday night. One fan insisted he should now be starting games ahead of Højlund after finally finding form. Zirkzee should be indefinitely starting ahead of Højlund, they claimed on X. Actually provided something of note and got United up the pitch. Connects the team far better and far more involved throughout the game. Fans slam Lenny Yoro for nightmare performance against Southampton, as 19-year-old endures tough night up against Saints. Winger Lenny Yoro was criticised on social media on the back of a difficult showing for Manchester United against Southampton. The Red Devils defender has endured a hit-and-miss start to his career at Old Trafford after arriving for €52 million from Lille in the summer, having initially missed a number of months through injury. Since then, he has played 10 times, but has been in and out of the team as Ruben Amorim tries to decide what his best 11 is after taking over from Erik ten Hag late last year. On Wednesday night, he played on the right side of a back three, but struggled against the Saints players down the outside, with Amad Diallo going forward regularly from right wing back next to him. Manuel Ugarte scored the first goal of the game as he tried to defend a corner, and United struggled to break down their opponents, who are bottom of the Premier League, until Diallo's late hat-trick. And fans were quick to head to social media to express their frustration with the defender's efforts at Old Trafford. Lenny Yoro having a nightmare, one United fan posted on X, formerly Twitter. Another added Lenny Yoro is making Walker-Peters look like prime Hazard. It was, in fact, Kyle Walker-Peters at left wing back and Kamaldeen Sulemana on the left side of attack causing issues for the 19-year-old. He had started on the right of Amorim's back three, with Harry Maguire only fit enough for the bench. Matthijs de Ligt played centrally, with Lisandro Martinez on the left. On TNT Sports commentary, Ali McCoist said of the defender, he is getting absolutely smashed to smithereens tonight, the poor lad. He doesn't have a right back to help him, and to be brutally frank, de Ligt's not helping him either, and he has nobody in front of him. Amorim, meanwhile, had praised his man in the build-up to Wednesday's game, saying Lenny Yoro for sure will be the future of this club. He's a top talent. And I think he's ready to play. The Frenchman was hooked for Harry Maguire a few minutes before full time.